At Christmas time, Christians like me, despite the chaos of the shopping, the eating, the drinking, should really be celebrating the birth of Jesus, the Son of God, born of a virgin, the Saviour child sent to earth to save us all. The story we have been told for over 2,000 years that is supposed to be exclusive to Christianity.
But what if I were to tell you that the story of Jesus wasn't quite as unique as you might have thought? That the Hindu god Krishna also had a miraculous birth and was also attended by angels and shepherds.
This is the story of the child Krishna. But it could well be the story of Jesus.
And that, like Jesus, the Buddha also performed miracles, walking on water and feeding the 500.
So, in some ways, I'm not just following Jesus, I'm also following Buddha.
And that some are convinced that Jesus didn't die on the cross in Jerusalem, but is buried in India.
So, this suggests that the tomb is the tomb of Jesus. This is where Jesus is buried.
And that there are others who believe Jesus had a very different life story and even see him as a symbol of oppression.
I'm an Orthodox Jew. I don't believe in Jesus.
Then there are the Muslims who believe Jesus will come back at the end of time and who even have a tomb awaiting him next to Muhammad's in Medina. And there is also an ancient Christian text that has lain hidden for over 1,600 years that has a very different version of Jesus' story.
If there are so many different stories like Jesus's, which one is the real deal? I'm going to do what most Christians fear to do. Go outside the Christian tradition on a journey from Jesus' traditional birthplace in Bethlehem to the foothills of the Himalayas, from ancient Egypt to modern-day India, to find out about these stories, investigate their origins, and uncover who Jesus really was.
I began my search for the hidden Jesus in Vrindavan, one of India's holiest cities, and the center of worship for the ancient Hindu god Krishna. It's the month of Kartik, one of the most auspicious times of the Hindu year, when millions of pilgrims come here to worship Krishna. In ancient Hinduism, Krishna is seen as the supreme god who descends to earth to fight evil. The stories concerning his life go back 800 years before the birth of Jesus. I am here to explore the similarities between Jesus Christ and Krishna, and in particular, their birth stories. Srivatsa Goswami is a Brahmin priest who can trace his lineage back to the founders of this holy city more than 600 years ago.
I tell you a story. The story of a wondrous birth, where the child is born in the humblest settings the Mother Earth can provide.
Every year, just like our nativity plays about the birth of Jesus, Hindus perform Ras Leelas, or religious passion plays about the birth of Krishna.
In the story, there is an evil king who tries to prevent the coming of the child.
In a prophecy, the evil king is told that a child will grow up to kill him. So he goes on a killing spree, murdering babies. It was beginning to sound familiar.
In the story, the stars portends the birth. The crucial hour is the middle of the night.
There is also an immaculate conception, and the birth is heralded by angels. While the evil king's guards sleep, the father is told to flee with his family. They have to cross a river, but the waters are miraculously parted.
You might wonder, whose birth story is this? This is the story of the child Krishna.
Not Jesus, Krishna.
But it could well be the story of Jesus. The tyrant could be Herod, and then the details go on, you know. And as Jesus is heralded by John the Baptist, so Krishna is heralded by his elder brother Balaram. In the same story, you know.
So, I mean,
Same story.
I mean, this is absolutely amazing stuff, because most Christians, when they see the Nativity every Christmas, December, they think this is unique.
When I was a child at Sunday school, I was taught very little about other religions. Instead, I was told repeatedly that the Christian story of Jesus was totally unique, and that there was only one way to salvation, through him. Anything else was entertaining evil.
Who's in this this shrine here?
It is also Lord Krishna when he become young.
So that's
Radha.
Krishna as a young person with his
Love.
his
Miss
love.
Radha.
Oh, right.
To celebrate Krishna's birthday, just like we do at Christmas, Hindus also build nativity cribs.
When I see images of the baby Jesus, often at Christmas, both of the cultures have scenes or images of their deity as a baby. So in Christianity you have Jesus in the crib, and here you have Krishna in a swing with his mother pulling the swing.
The more I looked at it, the more similarities I found between Krishna and Jesus.
You have a flute?
And the more I realized that Jesus' story may not be unique.
Ah, that's it, that's Krishna. Have you sold them always to Hindus, or have Christians bought them? Have Muslims bought them?
Hindus buy them, Muslims buy them.
What about Jesus? Does he think Jesus is the same as Krishna?
Yes, they are the same. He is also an incarnation of God.
Christians go on pilgrimages to places connected with the life story of Jesus. Hindus are encouraged to visit the holy sites connected with Lord Krishna and his many miracles. One of the holiest is Radhakund, where Hindus come to take ritual baths. I caught up with a group of Hare Krishna devotees, led by Dibandhu Das.
There are lots of similarities between the life of Jesus and the life of Krishna. Did you think they were similar in other ways?
In part of India, the dialect, they say Krishna, Christa, and we know the Greek is Christos. So they're coming from the same root, actually.
So not only are the birth stories of Krishna and Jesus very similar, in at least one Indian dialect, it seems that even their names sound the same.
As Krishna says, every living being is my son, so in one sense we're all sons of God. Jesus was an obedient son, so therefore he said he's called the only son of God, because we're here because we're sinful. So, and there's no question of sin for Jesus. He was pure from his birth. Krishna loves us more than we can ever know, so he tries in different ways by sending different messengers, different gurus. Anyway, anyhow, he comes himself in various incarnations, just in so many different ways according to time and culture. He tries to bring us back.
I was taught that throughout the Gospels, Jesus told his disciples to forsake all and follow me. Now I find it's just the same with the followers of Krishna. They also believe that by chanting Krishna's name over and over again, they will get closer to him.